Yes, so power relation between men and women, and in this case, I would be limiting my discussion to or my answers to the heteronormative woman and men structures. So the power relation is quite complicated. It again comes with classes and economic strength or power. However, in larger context, there are men dominate families. Um, yeah, that women have even internalized these patriarchal structures. That they believe that a man is supposed to be the head of the family, so they wouldn't want to exercise their freedom or their power. Everything must be approved by their husbands, their fathers, and this is how some of the power structures work. On the other hand, you may see some women who are very vocal and very powerful, also because of their educational background and also because of their economic classes. So in places where the women are like the breadwinners of the house and they take care of everything, in some of these places the woman's voice is also stronger than the man's voice, where the woman is the decision maker and controls everything, and the man becomes like a very timid and like subject to the woman. But this also happened to like in a very little percentage. This is but the most dominant structures are the patriarchal structures, and the men taking power, the men making more decisions, in control, and the rest. But yes, I think this question I need to really think again about it afterwards, because I have been really wondering how the situations have shifted in Ghana. I have lived with different kind of families, and in some families that I live with, the woman has no say in the house. The man would be the final say. I have lived with some of my brothers where their wives can never talk. It's like the moment they even hear the horns of my brother's car coming to the house, they are already shivering, like, wow, the Lord is coming back. But this, and then they claim they love each other. So, but they are all afraid of their husbands. Yeah, and then I have lived with families where the woman share almost an equal power with the husband, because they both have the same economic structure. But mind you, the ones that they even fear the husband doesn't mean they don't have the same economic powers. They even may have similar salaries or whatever, but then it's just their own belief, because it's internalized. They believe that no, a man is the head of the family. So they teach the children to fear their fathers but not their mothers. So it grows with these kids to know that the man is supposed to be more powerful. Yeah, but then in the ones that I see like some kind of sharing of power, it means also that the man is not regular at home and the woman has more control of the entire house, and therefore makes so much decision and is able to act accordingly. And yeah, so it's also very, it's fluctuating from maybe one family to the other or one space to the other. But on the general note, we can think of it that men are really power drunk and wanting to rule everything, and yeah, and so that also threatens trans women or queer men, because to men they are like embarrassment and disgrace to manhood. They devalue manliness, and yeah, because to be even queer is you are even devalued as lower than woman to the man, to the way they think. Yeah, so that tells you like, yeah, there are so much of manpower, um, Yeah, but over the few years, the the politics or the policies have been trying to make to create gender equality in terms of work, education, and other stuff. There have been a lot of campaigns, a lot of policies that try to create some kind of balance, but it's also just created within the heteronormative structures. So you would see the minister of gender, children, women, and whatever affair being a woman, of course, and yet cannot tolerate queer people and cannot tolerate gay people, cannot tolerate lesbian people, and will make a public proud statement that homosexuality is demonic and is a sickness. So you see even where it is, because even with these women, they exercise patriarchal structures. So they don't understand also what it means to create gender equality. Yeah, they don't understand, because being in a position of gender, women, children, affairs, and then you think that other genders are non-human, and the only genders that are human are men and women. So this is the statement made also by Minister of Gender, Women, Children Affairs. So that tells you again what it is. Even so, for them to me, what I see is that they think that gender equality is about having 2 men in parliament and 2 women in parliament, 2 men in the office and 2 women in the office, 2 girls in the classroom and 2 boys in the classroom. For them, this is numerical equality, but not the equality of thinking, not something that can be internalized in attitude. Yeah, so this is why it's very difficult to deal with it, because they understand, yes, everything is equal. There are women in this office, there are men in this office. We take the same salary, so everything is equal. But they cannot deal with the fluidities in gender. Yeah.
Family relationship who is more powerful. Traditionally, there's family systems in place that the man is the head of the house and the woman is the caregiver. She raises the children and she teaches the children about family, how to take care of your family and stuff like that. But in modern times, those systems seem to be breaking down, and now people have equal, I guess, almost equal, depending on who is in question. Because some people do still rely on the old type where the father is the head and the mother is the caregiver. But nowadays, women are working too, so they try to split as much as they can. But yeah.
For the few single mothers I know, life is a bit difficult, because for some, they weren't prepared for motherhood and it happened. Some don't even have the support of the men who impregnated them, so they are supporting their children with their own strength, with their own money. And some also, due to financial constraint, they have to hit the market and sell and make money to be able to cater for their kids. It's quite difficult for me to also see some of these vibrant women who had a whole lot of future ahead of them, and because of childbirth they have to drop education and sell or do some business to support their children, and it's quite difficult for them. Yeah.
Women have also sometimes power and over the...
of course, the woman has more money
than the man, then she'll be the one to take in charge. If you don't have money, if I have a boyfriend and he doesn't have money, fine, I'll cater for him. But he mostly listens to what I say because I have the money. If we are going out to eat and I tell him, let's go to this restaurant, he'll be like, okay, because when we go there, I'm the one going to pay for it. So it only happens when the girl has more money than the guy. But mostly it is the guy who instructs what goes on in the relationship.
Relationship in Ghana between men and women is a broad thing, but in short, I think men overpower women in relationships, and is personally I think is somehow also related to our culture, because men do some stuff and it's like it's accepted, you know. For instance, maybe a man can beat a woman up and a woman can beat a man up. Though it's not a good thing, but it's like, yeah, a man can do it. A man can cheat, a woman cannot cheat, and it's something else. And in the long run, it looks like women are the suffering ones in relationships, both financially and physically. Yeah, the women do all the hard jobs. They go to the market, they cook. And at the end of the day, they are also supposed to satisfy men, especially sexually, even if they are not in the position to, but they should because they are women, and it's bad. It's really bad. Yeah.
And why you cannot trust the men?
Because I feel like innate, they are so selfish. So you cannot trust them not to be selfish. Like, you have to always look out for yourself in some way and not look like a bitch, sorry. And not be a bitch.
What does it mean, be a bitch?
Like, it's also to protect yourself, not to care what people think about you, but to protect yourself for your conscience and all that. Mm-hmm. But then you still cannot trust. Mm-hmm. No. Always look out for yourself, like, it's business with them always. It doesn't matter, just